Yep, it's back. So, long story short, went to the junkyard, saw the back half of another car off, welded it on. We're back in business. I might make a separate video about that sometime. I don't know, but that's not important right now. What's important is the engine. So, it did have one other slight problem. The rear main seal failed. By fail, I mean it was made wrong to start with. And obviously, I had to take the engine back out of the car. There's the car. Of course, it went a lot easier and faster this time because none of the bolts were rusted together. So, I don't know if you can notice it here. Either the seal shrunk after I put it in, or it was the wrong size to start with, but it's not even touching the crankshaft flange. Really bad. And oil's been pouring out of it. So tomorrow I'll go to the dealer and see if I can get the right one. I found another friendly Chevrolet dealership across town, a great big one, and they had a new seal in stock. And I learned another thing. Instead of trying to educate people on what a classic is, I just gave them the ID number. It really simplified everything. Now, one thing I've noticed is the old seal. I destroyed it pretty good removing it, but still. Find a part of it that's not ruined. If you look at it, the aftermarket one compared with the GM seal, the lip on the GM seal protrudes a lot more. Noticeably more, anyway. So, this definitely should fix it. So, did the whole thing in only 2 days. And that was about a month ago. And if you're wondering why it took so long to let you know, is because I wanted to make real sure that it had no other problems. Now, I've gotten about 1,600 miles on it since the rebuild. It's warmed up a bunch of times. It's been on the freeway a lot, so if anything else was going to fail, it would have by now. Now, on new engines or rebuilt engines, it's not uncommon for a few little issues here and there. But, I mean, rear main seal failure, that's a new one on me. That's a first one for me. And it's funny, there was nothing wrong with the old seal. I'm like, you know, I'm going to replace it because I don't want to take the engine back out just to replace it because it got old. I'm going to fix it now, a little preventative maintenance. Yeah, that worked really well. Another thing I learned on this car, it's pretty typical for if you disconnect the battery for a long time and hook it back up, it'll run kind of funny and the transmission won't shift just right because the computer has to relearn itself. And that was quite a bit more so on this car than I've seen in the past. Because I've done it twice now, and it idles really rough at first, and the transmission is just, it's all over the place. It shifts really soft and then really harsh. But after you drive it around for like 2 days, it goes back to normal. So now it idles beautifully, runs great. So yeah, fixed everything. So at this point, we're looking forward to a very long and prosperous life with the L61 Ecotec. So until we meet again, happy motoring.